I hate going to my girlfriend's family events because her dad quizzes me like a job interview every single time we see him. My stomach starts hurting the day before. Every family event follows the same pattern. We arrive, her mom hugs me warmly, her brother shakes my hand, and then her dad appears with that look. The one that says he's got a clipboard in his head, and he's ready to evaluate whether I'm good enough for his daughter. Last Thanksgiving was brutal. "So, how's work going?" he asked, cornering me in the kitchen while I was trying to help bring out the turkey. Innocent enough, right? Except it wasn't the question. It was the interrogation that followed. "What exactly do you do there? What's your salary trajectory? Have you thought about your 5-year plan? Do you have a 401k? What about stocks? Bonds? You investing?" I answered every question. I tried to be personable, funny even, but I could feel him assessing me like I was a used car he was thinking about buying for his daughter. By dessert, my shoulders were in my ears, and I'd had 4 cups of coffee I didn't want. In the car on the way home, I snapped at Natalie. She'd asked if I was okay, and I'd said something like, "Does your dad think I'm good enough yet, or do I need to come back with a resume next time?" She got quiet. Then she said, "He's scared." I didn't understand that at all. The next time I saw him, I actually asked. It was a random Sunday dinner. I decided that if I was going to dread every interaction, I might as well try to understand what was happening. We were grilling burgers and I pulled him aside. "Can I ask you something?" I said. "Why do you always quiz me about my job, my money, my future? What are you actually trying to figure out?" He looked uncomfortable. He was quiet for a long time, flipping a burger that didn't need flipping. Then he said, "My daughter's been hurt before, by a guy who seemed nice until he wasn't, who made promises and disappeared when things got hard. I need to know if you're the type of person who has a plan, who has stakes in the world, who's building something." It wasn't what I expected. "I'm not asking about your salary because I care about money," he continued. "I'm asking because someone who thinks about their future is someone who thinks about whether they have a future with my daughter in it. Does that make sense?" It did. It absolutely did. Everything changed after that conversation. The next family event came around, and when he asked me about work, I didn't tense up. I answered honestly, not defensively. I told him about my plans, the mistakes I'd made, what I was learning, and instead of feeling interrogated, I felt like he was actually listening, like he cared what my answers were. He asked about my relationship with Natalie, not to test me, to understand what I saw there. He asked about my family, my background, what shaped me. For the first time, I wasn't performing. I was actually talking to him. By the end of the night, he pulled me aside again. He said, "I think you're good for her. I can see it now. You're thinking about this seriously." I realized something profound. He wasn't trying to make me feel small. He was trying to make sure his daughter wasn't going to get hurt again. Last week, we went to another event. He still asked questions, but now they felt different, like conversation instead of interrogation. I asked him about his life too, about his own journey, his regrets, what he'd learned about love and commitment. He opened up in ways he hadn't before. We're not best friends. We're not suddenly buddies who go fishing together, but we have something real now. Mutual respect built on honesty instead of anxiety. Natalie noticed. She said her dad told her mom he finally gets it with me. The beautiful part isn't that he stopped asking hard questions. It's that I stopped resenting him for caring enough to ask them at all. Sometimes the person who seems like your enemy is just someone protecting the person they love. Once you understand that, everything shifts. Now I actually look forward to family events, and that's worth more than any quiz.